In a previous video, I showed you how to make the basic Maddie Heart. And this was a heart that started from Jen, who works here, wanted to make a heart scarf for her niece at Christmas. So I designed the heart for her, and then she made all the hearts, and she's just a beginner crocheter, and she did an amazing job. And then she sewed them all together to make a scarf. And in the video cover, you can see a beautiful picture, and on the blog post too, which is maggiescrochetblog.com. So anyway, I'm going to show you, I need you to, if you want to learn how to make the heart, that's in another video. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to sew the hearts together. So I'm pretty sure that if I do my measurements for an adult scarf, I think that you would have a total of 12 hearts, and you would have 6 on each side. And in the center back of your scarf, you would sew them together like this so that your hearts are coming down in that direction on both sides. Otherwise, if you went like this, then one side of your scarf would have a pointed end and the other side would have the scallop side. So if you do all of your hearts first and get your color combination going on, and you'd have 6, line up your 6 on one side and 6 on the other side, and then I'll show you how we decided was best to sew them together. So right here, you would just maybe sew about 4 stitches together on both sides, or maybe 3, since there's 3 in each one. So just match those up and sew them together. And then this, we decided that it was better if you took the point of this and made it go down over the top into the next heart. It just made it more stable. If we tried to do it like this, it was just too wiggly. And you can do it like that, but we thought it was better to sew it like this. So I've got maybe about an 18-inch piece of yarn here, and it's a coordinating color to the top heart. And to thread my needle, I like to turn it to the side and fold it over the side, and then pinch that fold really hard into my 2 fingers here. Slide the needle out, and then open my pinch fingers and push the folded side into the eye of the needle, like that. And if that doesn't work, you can try it again, and if it still doesn't work, you might not have a big enough needle. I love working with a needle that is very sharp on the edges, but some people like yarn needles, and that'll be fine. So the goal here is to have this sewn down right here like this. So you could, I have some T-pins here, you could just kind of like come from the outside here and pin in to the sides exactly where you want this to be, like this, and then pin into it like that. Okay, so that's where I want it to land up. So I'm going to go to the wrong side, like right here. Now, I want to start sewing right here. I want this to be connected right there and that over there. So I'm going to come behind where I want to start, like this. And I'm going to feed right into the point where I want this to meet with that. Like that. And then I'm going to pull that strand through very carefully because I don't want the whole thing to come out. And even if I leave a little end out, it's okay. But I'm going to go like this. And then I'm going to come back here to my joining spot, and I'm just going to go like this so that I make a connection here with the other heart. And this is just like a whip stitching, and I'm going to whip stitch. Now that I have that there, I'm going to go ahead and take this T-pin out, and then I'm just going to catch some of the fibers here, the strands, with some of the strands over here. And then I'm going to go over here. Right right here. Now this is the center of it, so I might want to do one extra stitch right there. But all of these won't show on the right side, these little stitches, and they barely show back here. So now I went from there down, so I'm going to come over here. I'm going to work my way back up the other side, like that. And it doesn't have to be like every 1/8 of an inch, it could be like every 1/4 of an inch or so. Okay, so right here is where I want it to meet up. I'm going to take this T-pin out right here. I'm just going to check on the other side and make sure that's still what I want. And it is, like that. So I'm going to make the connection over here on this side, like that. And then I'm going to go over this a couple of times. To lock it, like that. Okay, so now what I have on the right side is this kind of sticking up here, and I don't really want it like that. So now what I'm going to do is come back here, and I am just going to still be working on the wrong side. I'm going to go to about the middle of the other side of the purple right here. I'm going to catch just a little bit of the back side of the purple, and I'm just going to go like this. And then I've got the tip right here, like of the purple. You can see the tip right there, and it's lining up with the stitch right here in the corner of the round 2. So I'm going to go ahead and go right through those 2 strands right there, and I'm just going to catch the back strands of that tip like that, and then I'm going to go over that one time like that, and then I'll go back along the side over here. It's easy to see this, and about halfway through the between here and here, I'm just gonna pick up another little strand of the purple on the back side, so you won't even see this. Okay, and then I'm just gonna whip stitch that. Okay, then I'm pretty much done. You want to check the other side, make sure it looks fine. And so that's how it'll look when it's sewn together. So your next heart, you want to overlap on top of this heart and keep going like that. All right, so I would just go back in here and feed this through like that, back into the purple on the wrong side. Then I come in a little bit behind it and I go back out again. And I usually do that about 3 times. Then you hold it down like this and you cut it flat next to the work. But I'm going to leave that loose in case I want to take it out to do something else with it. Okay, so that's how you do that. And then let me go ahead and show you how to do the center back part. So this you could put all 6 of each side together, so your 12 would be in 2 groups of 6, the way I just showed you. And then you thread your needle again, and this time let's pretend this is your strip of 6 and this is your strip of 6. So you're going to take the top of your strips like this and put them right side facing like this. And you need them to go together in the middle back, like I said. So you're going to match those together. And I think she doesn't have 3 stitches on her, I do. But anyway, just like 3 or 4 stitches at equal places across the back. So you have right sides together, or right sides facing each other. I'm going to start on this side. So you need one coordinating color. And you feed it in, you come out to the side of where you want it to start. So I'm going to feed it in from right here. I'm going to pull that through. This was awfully long for this. Okay, so then I'm going to go here. I'm just picking up one loop, the back loop. See those 2 strands there at the top of the single crochet stitch? So I'm going to pick up one loop here and one loop over there. And since this is the beginning, I'm going to go over that a couple of times. Okay, so then you just match stitch for stitch. I'm just going to do one loop and one loop. One strand. So there's 3 connected, and here's 4. And then I'm going to pull this just a little bit. I don't want it to be super tight, but I don't want it to be loose in there. Okay, then I'm going to go check the other side and see if that's enough. I'm going to sew 4 stitches there and 4 here, and that is enough right there. So on the 4th stitch right here, I want to go over that one again, like 2 or 3 times, just to lock both sides. Okay. Now, I could just sew this down and come over here, but I think it's just easier to weave this in and then cut it. But you would just go to the other side like this and repeat that over here. So anyway, that's how you put your heart scarf together, and be sure to look at the video that has the instructions for the hearts. And I want to thank you for watching, and everything that you see me using is available at maggiescrochet.com, and links will be below. And enjoy your crochet. So I'm going from this side to that side, and I'm going to pick up my yarn and 10. Okay. So if you do, let's say I've seen scarves made with only pulling 5 loops through, and they look amazing. They're really cute. They come out super long.